Hey guys, hope everyone's doing good. Thanks for making way back to the channel. I made it out for some racing last weekend. Went to St. Thomas Dragway for a Pro Street 519 Clash of Champions. No prep race, back of the track. Had high hopes for it, but pretty much just screwed everything up. But I thought it was worth making a video because the last 3 races I've been to, I've really been trying to hit it a lot harder first round, trying to be faster. And I don't think any of the races really went the way I wanted them to first round. But second round, I was really able to make some changes to the car, to the tune, and get it turned around. So I thought I'd show my first round pass, run through the changes I made, and if I have a video, I'll show the second round pass, but basically just break down the pass, talk about what I see, talk about what changes I made, and see what happened. I think that building the car is one thing, but getting down the track is something totally different. And I'm not a tuner. I just do this for fun. Probably like a lot of you guys. You know, I like it when other YouTubers do this kind of stuff, so I'm going to give her a shot. So this is the first pass. Car leaves pretty good, but immediately gets into some tire shake. If you look at the initial hit, hits the tire pretty decent, a little hard. It separates probably 3/4 of an inch, so probably a little more than I want. The car rolls out a little bit. Tire's still kind of beat up pretty good. The front is still rising, and then right here you can see this is where the tire shake really started. The tire is in real bad shape. The front's still rising, and it's just getting worse as the front's coming up because it's putting more weight on the rear, I think. And then it just, yeah, tire was upset, and it just carried out the whole way. So this is the data log. You can see right there pretty much, right here, about half a second in is where the tire got really upset and got a bit of wheel speed, then grabbed a hold of it again, got wheel speed again. And I think there was a few things going on here. One, I had a bunch of timing pulled out right here. Right after it pulled out, the biggest amount of timing is pretty much where that started. So I think the timing really killed the power, killed the wheel speed. Also, looks like I probably could have either tightened the rear shocks a little bit or add air pressure. I ended up choosing to add air pressure. I went up 1/2 pound of air pressure. I also decided to put 2 degrees of timing back in it right here. So this is a comparison. Solid green line is the first pass. Dotted green line is the second pass. And I also tightened the front shocks up 2 clicks to try to slow down the weight transfer. So you can see on the drive shaft data, the first pass here is where I got the wheel speed. The second pass, drove right through it nice and clean. So the main thing I wanted to try and do after the first pass was try to get some wheel speed back in it. So I tried to slow down the weight transfer. I added a little bit of tire pressure, and I put a little bit more power back in it right before the wheel speeds, right before the tire got really upset. And the key here really is getting a good video. Without the video, you're just lost, you know what I mean? I struggle with that quite often where I don't have a video and you're just trying to go by the seat of your pants and it just doesn't work. The car did pick up almost 3/10 and 6 miles per hour. It was a nice smooth pass that I was able to build on. So next event was a frontside race, which I had really high hopes for. I planned on going really fast there, and I put a pretty hot tune in it, and it just did not work. So here's the first round pass. So this one you can see actually felt totally different in the car. And I did have a better quality video watching at the track. Just came through this way when it was sent to me, but you can see on this one, it never does set the tire. It just gets wheel speed right away. The front end never really lifts because there's no bite in the rear. It's just getting wheel speed. And yeah, it just hit the tire way too hard for the track, I think. And here's the data log. This is drive shaft, so you can see it just spikes the drive shaft right away. And blue line's TPS. You can see I pedaled it a couple times. So this pass, the main thing I wanted to try and do was try to kill some power right on the hit. So this is a comparison log again. First round solid, second round is dotted. I pulled 200 RPM out of the launch, which did help lower the boost, and I pulled a pound of dome pressure off it. And I also loosened the front shocks 2 clicks just to get it to transfer a little quicker. And you can see that it basically drove right through that this time. Made a nice clean pass. This one actually ended up picking up almost half a second, 5/10. I believe it was 15 mile per hour. So the next one is the race I just raced at on Sunday. This was back of the track, like I said. And first round, I was really trying to 60 foot a lot harder because I do pretty well here usually, and I always seem to get out 60 footed. And the track's so bumpy there that I just can't make up enough ground up top. So I put a lot more in it, down low, trying to 60 foot. I probably shouldn't even have tried it. It was a whole different boost curve with a little different timing curve with different tire pressure than I normally run. Like I say, shouldn't have done it, but here's what happened. So you can see it initially set the tire pretty decent, but I think I did not have enough power in it here. And it kind of stuck the tire for a second. You can hear it in the video, and then it just lets loose really fast. And basically just got a bunch of wheel speed. The front shocks came up nice, and it kind of kept the momentum going there and started killing off some of the wheel speed. But the car in the left lane, he really made a really nice pass, I think, for first round. But my car, it just didn't feel right in the car. I don't know. They were brand new tires. And it did not feel right. It just felt like it was blowing the tire off the whole way. And you can kind of see in the data log and stuff, but it just got upset early. And once it upsets like that, it's just hard to recover from. So my main goal here was to basically get some power in it, because like I say, it stuck the tire early and just went into some wheel speed once it kind of broke loose from that. So I basically wanted to put some power in it before it stuck the tire like that. So you can see it kind of rolled out initially, got in some wheel speed, stuck again, and then got wheel speed again. You can see I pedaled it like 3 times, 3 big pedals here. And then it was all over traction control up top. That's what this is, where it's pulling timing out. That's all timing coming out of it. So, like I say, I don't know exactly what happened there, but it was not enough power down here and way too much power up here, I think. I ended up putting some timing in it right after, I think I started right after trans brake release, basically. Pretty sure I put back in about 2 degrees of timing. And I changed the boost ramp, like just a little, half a pound of boost through the first second and a half, I think. And then from about 2.5 seconds on, I took a bit of boost out of it and tried to get it a little more under control. I mean, it might have took the boost up top if it had have left and got the momentum. from the start, but really I was just trying to better the whole run. So it seemed way too hot up top in the car. So that's what I went with. So you can see it initially hits the tire pretty decent. Front's coming up nice. Tire is still wrinkled up pretty good, but it seemed to drive out of it no problem. I do think I maybe need to tighten the rear shocks up a little bit. Might help. It's separating a fair bit. It doesn't look excessive to me, but I'm running about 16 pounds of tire pressure on it right now, and I don't know if it'll really take much more than that. So I think I need to do something with the shocks. But basically, drove right through that, no problem. 60 footed decent. Rode over these bumps nice. Up top felt perfect. And made a nice clean run. Unfortunately, if you watch the light, I got a little antsy here and jumped. After the first round, I really had zero faith that the car was actually going to make a clean pass. And I've raced Frank a couple times. Actually, the last time I was at St. Thomas on backside, I ended up losing to Frank. And I knew I had to cut a good light, so I was just trying to be on the light and just let off a little bit early. So that really sucked because it did make a nice clean pass. That picked up 3/10 and almost 10 mile per hour from the first round. So picked up quite a bit. And like I say, made a good pass, just can't jump. So I don't know if any of that's useful to anybody, but yeah, I don't know. Like I say, I'm not a tuner, just trying to get down with the car. And that's not easy sometimes. Really got to be able to, you know, adapt and figure out what the car wants. Basically, make the tire happy, put down as much power as you can for the surface. You really got to use everything at your disposal to try to figure out what the car wants and try to make the right changes. It's really not easy, but the more passes you make with the car, the more experience you're going to get with it, the more comfortable you're going to get with the car, knowing what changes are going to do what. So really just comes down to testing, looking over the data, and doing what you can. So I think that's all I got for you guys. Yeah, I hope that helps somebody out. I always find it interesting to kind of watch how other people tune their cars, see what kind of changes they make, and see what it does. Also hoping maybe if you guys see something that, you know, maybe you think I should have done something else, or should have done this, or should have done that, throw it in the comments. Throw a comment up there. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. Have a good one.